Hello and welcome to Birdeye Live, the show dedicated to the digital transformation of local businesses everywhere. I'm your host, Justin Meredith, and join me as we learn from industry experts about the how and the why for taking your business online and claiming the most valuable real estate on the internet, that first page of Google. Now, welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you are tuning in live right now, please feel free to say hello in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. And before we dive into today's episode of Birdeye Live, I'd like you to all join me in welcoming a very special guest, Birdeye's very own Vice President of Product Marketing, Rebecca Colwell. Welcome, Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
Hi, Justin. Thanks for having me. I'm great. The weather is beautiful. Spring is here. The cherry blossoms are popping everywhere. I'm doing great.
I love it. Yeah, I am so ready for the sunshine and warm weather. I'm done with the cold. I'm ready to be outside more, get some, get a tan maybe. I could use that. So
Yeah.
excited for this warm weather. And I'm also really excited to have you on today because we are going to be digging into the latest and greatest news and updates from Birdeye from the last few months. And we're also, going to talk about some other things as well. But before we jump into, what's going on with Birdeye, would you be able to give us your take on the state of local businesses right now? In 2024, there's a lot going on. There's been a lot of advancements and all sorts of different things. So where are you seeing local businesses prioritize their focus as it relates to growing their brand? And how are you seeing them do it?
Yeah, that's such a great question. And it's a big year. 2024 is a big year. The two big things that I'm seeing when I talk with local businesses and brands of all sizes, whether it's a single location or 500 locations, they're focused on two things. The first is growth. And that growth is really fixated on local search. How do you grow through local search? So we'll dig into that a little bit. And the second thing is around operational efficiency. So really, it's this need to keep costs as lean as possible. And this is driving the really rapid adoption of things like generative AI and automation to be efficient. So on the growth front, I mentioned it's really focused on local search. Google continues to dominate here. No surprise, right? So what brands are looking for is the highest visibility possible on Google. And one of the absolute best things that they can do to make that happen is optimize their Google business profile, right? When you search for a dentist near me or brunch near me, and I'm in a big brunch town, so that happens a lot. You get your big three that show up in the Google Map pack, and then there's a little profile that shows up on the right-hand side that has information about the business. That's the Google business profile. And if you do it right, it can really help your business stand out in local search. And what we are seeing is that businesses are putting a lot more focus on that. So our recent research shows that 64% of local businesses and brands have verified their Google business profile and are taking steps to optimize it. And that's really great. That's actually some data that's available in our 20.
Oh, well, it looks like she jumped off, so we'll see if she can rejoin here in just a second. I was really interested to hear what she was saying. But 64% of businesses that have verified their Google business profile, and that number has increased, but I do think there's a lot of room to improve that number as well. It looks like she's here.
Hi.
Hello, we got you back.
Yeah, sorry about
I
that.
know. I was waiting. I was excited to hear what you were just about to say.
Right. So we have this amazing new report, the state of Google business profiles in 2024. And what we found is that 64% of our customers, local businesses and brands, have verified their profiles to really ensure that they're showing up effectively. And the industries, I don't know if you have a guess, but the industries that are leading the pack are, I'll give you a second to maybe try to take a guess.
My immediate first thought would be the food industry, restaurant, just because that's when I think of a review, that's the first place my mind goes to. I would say that, or maybe home services.
Right. Well, you're close. You're 1 for 2. Hospitality is in the top 3, but we're also seeing property management and healthcare leading the pack.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Super important to be credible and respectable in both of those
Yeah.
spaces. And one of the things that we're seeing as well, Justin, is that we're seeing an increase in the interactions that are coming from those Google business profiles. An interaction can be when someone clicks a button to call you, they try to get directions to your location, they click a link to request an appointment, or they message you. And what we are seeing is that a business that has optimized their profile is seeing an average of about 200 interactions per month. Uh, so that's a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's something that we're gonna see more of because if you kinda look at the evolution of the Google Business Profile over the last year, few years, they've been making these updates and really to help enable these businesses to use it more as a tool versus just have it kind of be a poster for your business online. Now
Exactly.
it's an actual place where you can book appointments, you can message the business, you can do all of these different things to interact with the business um, on a way deeper level than you could before. And so those interactions, I think those are just going to be more valuable, and you're going to have, you want to take advantage of that because now your business profile is an actual channel for
Exactly.
customers to come in.
Yeah, 100%, 100% spot on. And the other thing about those profiles is that the reviews that are displayed on your profile, the number of reviews, your reputation score as a whole, they're so essential for establishing trust. So we're also seeing that in addition to optimizing your Google Business Profile, these businesses are really focused on growing the number of reviews that they have, responding to those reviews, of course, all things that Birdeye can help you with. And we've seen that there's been a 5% increase in the volume of online reviews that have been left in 2023. So that's really good, impressive growth. And you can learn more about that in our State of Online Reviews report that we just published a couple weeks ago. So two really good things there.
Yeah, those are I love every year when we have these 2 reports come out because the data that we get is just so interesting because we're able to look at, hundreds of thousands of businesses and see how they're using, their reviews and how they're positioning themselves on Google, and it could really give you some valuable insight as to how is my competition and how are other businesses in my industry, how are they presenting themselves online, and what sort of results are they seeing. And so that could be a really powerful tool whenever you're trying to figure out your next move as you move forward, and what should you be prioritizing, especially when it comes to just your online presence.
Exactly, exactly. So, Justin, both of those things were, the state of online reviews, the Google profiles, all of that's related to this idea that small businesses, local businesses, and brands of all sizes, they're focused on growth. So that's the big theme. The second big thing I mentioned was efficiency, and efficiency through AI in particular.
Mhm.
So all of these businesses want to grow, but they really want to do so in a responsible way. And that might be tied to some of the uncertainty that people are still feeling about what's going on in the economy. Technically, the economy is good, but if people don't feel that way, their choices might be a little bit different. So they want to grow in a responsible way that ensures the sustainability of their business. And this is Birdeye's philosophy as well. We grow in a very responsible way. So to do this, local businesses are keeping their teams pretty lean, and they're investing in tools that can help them streamline and can help them scale using technology. And generative AI is one of the biggest game changers that we've seen with respect to this. We are seeing local businesses use generative AI to create social media posts, generate ideas for the content, rewrite content, make it more professional or funny. They're using it to draft emails, respond to online reviews, write job descriptions. I mean, it's just a total game changer. And because you're part of this, we've hosted a series of webinars. It's an ongoing series, and it really dives deep into the practicalities of how a local business can leverage AI to streamline all sorts of different things.
Mhm.
And I think you just did one on social. Is that right?
Yeah, so we recently did one with Devin Stoppa, and they operate a business that helps healthcare practices manage not just their social media, but all of their business operations. It's really fascinating because it's something you just don't think about very often. Is that these healthcare practices, these doctors, they're focused on taking care of patients and
Mhm.
providing healthcare. They're not, they're not spending 100% of their time running a business. That's not what they're doing it for. They're doing it to help people. And so they have to have this, they use the service, which is what Devin's team does, is help manage their business side. And so they've got, gosh, I think she said they had over like 300 different like total healthcare locations that they watch over. And so she was telling me how they leverage AI to help manage the social media accounts for all of these healthcare practices. And so if you're just trying to do that with just really one location, running a social media account takes a lot of time, takes a lot of creativity, a lot of creativity. And and I can't under stress that. I can't stress that enough. It takes a lot of creativity, and it's a lot of organization too, because you have so many different engagements coming from all these different accounts, and not all of these healthcare practices are the same brand, and so you there's a lot to organize. And so
Yeah.
she was telling us the different ways that they use AI to help create better content, more consistent content, and do it faster and do it more efficiently. And but one of the things that she was really key, she really clued in on, is that she doesn't just use AI to replace the
Mhm.
work, or things like that. She uses it to boost what she's doing, and she's using it to help she's using it as a tool, which is what how we look at AI. We don't look at AI as a way to just replace your social media manager with this AI. It's now your social media manager can do 10 times more than what they could before, and it's not nearly as
Yes.
painstaking.
It's exactly it. It's exactly it. Some of the constraints that we hear are that, I have a 25 location vet clinic, and I want to have a local social media presence for all of them. But I am a team of one, or we're a team of two. And how do I do that at scale? And that's where AI comes in, like you said, to be additive. It's okay now. Instead of only having the capacity to do one post per location per week, I can now do 3 posts and really ramp up my education campaigns, amplify more of my positive reviews, and really lean into the amazing ideas that AI can help you generate and give you a jumpstart of all of that. And we see that in addition to enhancing creativity, enhancing productivity, it's also really taking the edge off some of the burnout that a lot of these folks have been feeling operating in such a lean environment. So it's a game changer. I really love seeing the impact that it's having on the individuals at these
Mhm.
organizations. It's awesome.
Definitely. Definitely. And I think an unsung hero of, at least on the Bird Eye social side with our tool, is the workflow capability and the ability to have multiple people contribute to your social content and have an organized workflow, an efficient one that allows you to centralize all of that content. Like, so if you have 100 different locations and you've got people in the field who are taking photos, and with
Mhm.
social, with these local accounts, you want to have that local content, that local engagement. You want it to be reflective of the place that it's actually in and the market that it's in. And
100%.
so I think one of the unsung heroes of the Bird Eye platform is that ability to make that side of things organized. So
Mhm.
it allows you to have efficient, localized content without one person having to chase down everybody from 100 different locations, or keep an eye on their email because Bob in Idaho emailed 3 pictures of their event, but I missed it because I was busy. It's just, it keeps
Yeah,
things so much more efficient, and I think that's definitely one of like the secret sauces that what makes Bird Eye so great, especially for multi-location businesses.
agreed. It's a really good segue into the next thing I'm hoping to talk about, which is, the enhancements that we made to the platform this quarter. You kind of beat me to the punch on some of that.
Yeah, so let's dig into it. So
Sure.
what can you share us a little bit about what some of these updates are?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Birdeye, our pace of innovation is absolutely relentless. Our R&D teams are incredible, and we have so many exciting updates to share. So this year to date, which is going to be about 3 months, tomorrow, we have released dozens of enhancements that are focused specifically on social media and helping social media managers and marketing agencies really streamline how they're creating content, managing approvals, engagement, and measuring success. So a couple of really big things. You've touched on the AI tools we have to generate content. So you can generate content from a prompt, you can browse recommendations based on your industry, those sorts of things. We have now expanded our AI capabilities to give you the option to reply to engagement. So, Justin, you create a post. I come out and I comment on it, how wonderful it is, or I have a question. Um, if you're a single social media manager, you can probably go in and respond to that. But if you have 50 locations where people are leaving comments and asking questions, this can be hard to manage. So we now give you the option to reply with AI. Now, AI is not doing it automatically. You still are the one to decide what the response is, but we can help you draft a reply or take something you've written and make it funnier or shorter or more informative. So that's number one. We've enhanced our monitoring and engagement tools to include AI. The second thing is that we have introduced something called the post library. And this is giving you the option to create this beautifully curated library of social posts and social media images that you can share across your locations. So if you manage the corporate level team, you can create a bunch of approved posts, and then anybody at a location with permission can go in, select the post that they like, and share it locally, which is great because now you have this amazing library of pre-approved stuff. And what we also do is give you metrics and statistics about those posts. So at a location level, you can see the last time that it was shared, so you can make sure you're not oversharing. And you can also see how it's been performing. So you can sort and say, I want the one that's been getting the best results and impact. So this post library, our agencies absolutely love this as well because it gives them the option to create a bunch of content for their clients, and then their clients can choose when and how to share it. On the topic of agencies, by the way, another thing that has really changed the game for them are our automated approval workflows. So basically, another big enhancement, we give you the option now to create and route all of your social media content to internal team members or external clients, if you're in the case of an agency, to approve the content. So from their inbox, they get a notification, they can look at the post, they can approve it, they can reject it, and they can share feedback. And this really creates a nice streamlined process for ensuring that all of your content is meeting your brand guidelines and expectations.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Big
I was
stuff.
gonna
And then
say,
we do have one more big thing, but go ahead.
yeah. Actually, you go to that because I want to go real back quickly to the AI replies. But let's finish your last point first.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the final big enhancement is really more oriented around agencies as well. But we know that a lot of teams tend to create their content in spreadsheets, right? Where they're saying, hey, I'm going to take this post, I'm going to tweak it a little bit for this channel, I want to change the image a little bit here. And to support that workflow, we now provide that option where you can bulk upload your social post from a spreadsheet. And then we've got some really great validation tools to make sure everything is perfect and lovely. And then you can just schedule in a couple of quick clicks. So lots of efficiency enhancements were released this quarter.
Yeah, and that's and efficiency is the best word for it. But when you were going through these, I just couldn't stop thinking about the amount of time that it could save, especially like with those AI generated replies to social posts, because I think it goes unnoticed how much time you actually spend reading something, thinking of a response. Okay, how do I write this in a concise way? How do I write this in my brand's voice? How do I write this to get the message that I want to get across? There's a lot of nuance, and it takes a lot more time than you may think. Like, you might be, looking at a comment and looking for a way to respond to it, and you can sit there for 10, 15 minutes and think about it, and then you'll write it, and then you'll look at it, and you'll be like, man, that's just a little too long, or I don't know, this doesn't quite sound right. And you can sit there and you can tweak it, and all of a sudden you've spent 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to respond to one comment. And the great thing about these AI generated replies is that because it's based on these, it's built on these large language models that can understand the context, it actually reads the reply or reads the comment and then crafts a response based on what that comment was. And we're in marketing, and I'm sure a lot of people who are tuning in are involved in marketing, and I'm sure you guys could agree that it is a lot faster to edit something than it is to write something from scratch.
100%.
And so just the time saved from having to write it from scratch versus just having to edit an AI generated draft, which you can tweak to perfection to whatever you want, is just, when you extrapolate that over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 posts a month, it's just insane how much time can be saved. And so I
Absolutely.
wanted to highlight that because it's one of those things that I think a lot of people might not realize is, when it comes to social, like you have to put thought into everything that you're publishing because this is the voice of your company.
Mhm.
So every post, every tweet is your brand, your company speaking. And so you want to make sure everything that, is spoken sounds the way you want it to. And it takes
Exactly.
a lot of time. So this
Mhm.
is, yeah, I just can't get over it because I just think that's going to be super, super helpful for people. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So, is there any particular update that or feature that has you really excited? Like, what are you most looking forward to, or most excited about that? You're excited to see more people start to use.
Oh gosh, it's like a trick question. Who's my favorite kid or something? No. Yeah, I'm really excited about a lot of stuff that's coming. In particular, so there are two themes in Q2 that I'm really excited about. Everybody loves reporting and metrics, and really that's what Q2 is all about. So we have some really incredible enhancements coming to our reporting. In particular, really deep dive social reporting, so you can get insights into how that's performing, and a total overhaul to our insights and benchmarking tools. And for those who are not aware, insights and benchmarking pull all of these sources of customer feedback, whether it's reviews, surveys, interactions in your inbox, pull them all into one place and use natural language processing and AI to give you a really thorough sentiment analysis. So you can dive deep at scale and really get a sense of what customers think about your business, where you're great, and where you can improve. So I'm super excited about that. And then the other thing that I'm really excited about is a lot of love that we are sending in the way of our agency partners. Our agency partners use Birdeye to support hundreds, thousands of clients in some cases. And we are rolling out brand new dashboards and really detailed reports that are really going to help them get insights that help their clients be more successful. So they'll be able to see things like proactive alerts about issues of things they need to fix, or detailed insights into customer ROI so that they can prove value. And all of this is going to help them maximize the impact that they have for their clients, and really scale their operations as well. So I'm very excited for both of those things.
That's awesome, and I love that Q2 is the quarter of metrics because you you know when you have all these great tools and you have all these capabilities, it's great. But if you can't show that it's working and that it's actually driving results, there's not much you can really do about it, and it's really hard to justify it as well. And so I'm really excited to see more customers start to dive into these metrics and these insights because I do think there's some really powerful stuff in there, especially as we move forward, as AI gets more advanced, like data is going to be something that's extremely valuable. And so, whatever data you can collect on your own business, of your own presence and your own, social media, you can use that for, future things if you need to, but you want to make sure that you have everything organized and working properly in that sense. So I'm excited to see how that evolves. I think there's going to be some really cool insights that people find out that maybe they didn't know, or
Mhm.
maybe they discovered about their audience or their customer base. Like, man, if I didn't, if I wasn't keeping an eye on this, I would have no idea that my customers felt this way,
Right.
or there were mistakes that we were making. Like if they're looking through their surveys and trying to do that manually, like if it takes a long time for you to read through every survey response, you spend 3-4 hours looking through all of these things. you know you might be hungry at the beginning in a bad mood, so you might be a little bit more sensitive to what they're saying in those surveys versus
Right.
later on after you've eaten and you're like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. So you kind of almost can bias yourself whenever you're looking through these customer feedback forms and things like that. And
Yeah.
so when you can have the AI do it almost immediately and provide non-biased, straightforward, here's what your customers are saying and here's how how they feel about your business, it can be really, really valuable. And it's just super fast. So you don't have to spend 4 hours in being hungry looking through those surveys because you can do it immediately.
I'm getting the sense you're hungry, Justin.
It's lunchtime here in Texas.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah. That's great. Oh,
Awesome.
yeah, but
So,
I'm
do you have any recommendations for some materials that people might want to check out to learn more about what we've got going on right now?
Yes, a shameless plug for a couple of the amazing new reports that we've launched. I would certainly recommend that you explore the State of Online Reviews 2024 report and the State of the Google Business Profiles for 2024. Both of those have some great benchmarks around what's happening on an industry by industry basis, and just some good tips and tricks to ensure that you are as visible as you can be on Google and other local search platforms. We have also published two amazing new guides around social media. One of them is a guide for social media for multi-location companies, and it really talks about the unique challenges and best practices there. And then we have a version of that for agencies. So definitely check those out. Really great content. And then we have some incredible webinars that are coming up around social. We're continuing our AI success series. So check out our website, check out the events page. And just keep your eyes peeled for that, because we're always hosting just amazing new things. So I hope to see you there.
Definitely. I'm so excited. We haven't been able to publish the landing page yet, and we probably should just wait until it's published, but I'm super excited for our next webinar, where you and I will be coming together with some really, really intelligent folks who are kind of really shaping the way that you should be managing your social media from a multi-location perspective. We had a talk yesterday with our guest speaker, and I'm just pumped. And so keep an eye out for that. It'll be published soon, and make sure you save your spot, because that'll be a conversation you do not want to miss. So be sure for that. I'm super excited. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. It's a pleasure as always. I love having you on. Before we go, do you have any parting words or advice? I know you just shared some of those materials, but is there anything else you'd like to send our audience off into Q2 with?
It's shaping up to be a really great year. Just stay focused on growth and efficiency. And yeah, we'll see you on those educational webinars.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Don't forget to check out those resources and keep an eye out for our upcoming webinars and events. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our LinkedIn page, our Facebook, our YouTube, or any other social that you may be using to see this. We've got some amazing content. One of my favorite things about our social platforms, the way that we approach it, is we approach it from a thought leadership perspective, in the sense of we just want to post content that helps you and educates you. We feel like that's the best way to deliver value. So if you go to our page, you'll see that we have a ton of guides and blogs, everything tuned towards helping you manage your online reputation and improve it. Whether you're one location, 1,000 locations, or an agency, we've got content for you. So be sure to check us out on all those platforms. And be sure to tune into the next episode of Birdeye Live. But until then, we'll see you guys again soon. And thank you all for coming. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Justin.
See ya.
Customer expectations are higher than ever. And for local businesses with limited resources, meeting these new demands to stand out from the competition can be a struggle. Meet Birdeye, our very own AI purpose-built to power digital customer experience. With Birdeye, local businesses of any size can deliver personalized experiences, elevate business outcomes, and better understand their customers without adding resources. Birdeye powers all the Birdeye tools your business already uses, enhancing your entire customer experience with personalized, contextualized, and human-controlled AI. And making the most of it only takes a couple of clicks. You can use Birdeye to rewrite your Google business description for SEO. Effortlessly engage your customers with fully personalized AI-generated review replies and messages. Create attention-grabbing social posts, from text to design, in a click of a button to grow your local presence. Even use AI to summarize your reviews, messages, and survey responses to learn how to improve your customer experience. And you can do it all without needing additional team members or spend. Birdeye gives your team the ability to personalize and elevate every customer interaction, from review responses, messaging, social, and beyond, at scale. Respond to every customer review in a way that's relevant, meaningful, and in the language your customers prefer, with auto-translate. Increase conversion over messaging with contextualized responses that demonstrate a deep understanding of your customers' needs. Birdeye even helps you think ahead. It automatically identifies trends and spots areas of improvement based on vast volumes of customer feedback, helping you dig deep into the true sentiment behind every piece of feedback. Innovative and easy to use, Birdeye powers all the tools to attract, convert, and delight customers behind the Birdeye platform. Birdeye, AI built for local business.